The SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, the junior novelization. Chapter 16. Once again, SpongeBob and Plankton hurtled through time and space. When they opened the photo booth curtain, they peeked out and saw nothing. Everywhere they looked, they saw gray nothingness. Uh-oh, SpongeBob said. This still looks like the future. He and Plankton stepped out of the time machine and found themselves in a great hall. They cautiously followed a long corridor. At the end of the corridor, they could see a mysterious hooded figure standing with his back to them. They approached the figure. Excuse me, sir, SpongeBob asked politely. Could you tell us when we are? Without turning around, the figure spoke in a low voice. Who dares disturb the one who watches? The one who watches? SpongeBob said. Your name is the one who watches? No, the hooded figure said. My true name is Bubbles. The figure turned around. It was a dolphin. Bubbles? Plankton said, laughing. What kind of a name is Bubbles? The hooded dolphin drew himself up with great dignity and said, It's my ancient dolphin name. What's a dolphin doing out in the middle of space? SpongeBob asked. Bubbles looked out the window. My kind have been watching and protecting the galaxy for 10,000 years. SpongeBob suddenly understood. Oh, so you're the one keeping the meteors from hitting us! Bubbles nodded solemnly. Yes, I am. I could really do with a toilet break. Would you mind keeping an eye on things? Sure thing, SpongeBob said. Then he thought of something. What am I keeping my eye on? He called after the dolphin, but Bubbles had already left, closing the bathroom door behind him. SpongeBob walked over to the window and stood still staring. What are you doing? Plankton asked, tugging SpongeBob's arm. I'm watching, SpongeBob answered. But you don't even know what you're watching for! Well, like meteors and black holes and more meteors. As SpongeBob stared out the window, two planets orbited into view. Wow, there sure is a lot to watch. Maybe we should split up the workload. He pointed to the two planets. You watch the one with the big red eye, and I'll watch the one with the ringy thingies, like a team. As SpongeBob and Plankton watched, the two planets slowly moved toward each other. Okay, mine's moving, Plankton observed. Mine too, SpongeBob added. This doesn't seem right, Plankton said. Should we call Bubbles? Let's give him a minute. He's been holding it for 10,000 years. Boom! The two planets crashed into each other and exploded. Little pieces of the planets fell all around Plankton and SpongeBob. I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen! SpongeBob gasped. Come on, Plankton! We've got to clean this up before Bubbles gets back! He tried to sweep the debris under the carpet with a broom. Bubbles came back. Ah, much better, yes, he said, smiling. You two are free to go. But then he noticed the dirt and pebbles on the floor. He also noticed SpongeBob's broom. What have you done? He looked up in the sky. What happened to Saturn and the Jupiter? You were supposed to keep them from smashing into each other. I'm sorry, SpongeBob said. Now I'm going to lose my job, Bubbles cried. He stared at SpongeBob and Plankton. And you will lose your lives. Psh! Bubbles fired lasers at SpongeBob and Plankton. Zap, zap! They turned and ran away screaming. Wah! Ah! They headed for the time machine. Corner me! SpongeBob yelled. Plankton tossed him a quarter, but SpongeBob missed it. It landed near the time machine. SpongeBob and Plankton dove into the machine. SpongeBob reached out, snatched the quarter, and dropped it into the slot. Vroom! Whir! Inside the time machine, Plankton said, "Okay, so the red button wasn't right either." "Let's be scientific about this," SpongeBob said. He stared at the complicated control panel. "Eeny, meeny, miny, moe!" He pushed a button. Vroom! Back in the not very distant past SpongeBob walked into Mr. Krabs' office. He gasped when he saw the open safe. "Plankton?" he said. Past Plankton heard SpongeBob and turned around, knocking over the fake formula bottle with the real formula bottle. "SpongeBob!" he cried. Flash! The time machine appeared in a burst of light, distracting past Plankton and past SpongeBob. Plankton stepped out of the time machine. "Plankton?" asked past SpongeBob, confused. "SpongeBob?" asked past Plankton, equally confused. "Who are you two supposed to be?" "I'm you from the future," Plankton explained. SpongeBob pointed toward his past self with his thumb. "And I'm him from the future." "So you traveled back through time to help me?" past Plankton asked. "Great thinking." SpongeBob shook his head. "Nope," he said. "He's helping me." "But he's the enemy!" past SpongeBob gasped. "Was the enemy," SpongeBob corrected. "Now we're a team." "A what?" past Plankton asked. "A TM?" "A team!" Plankton corrected him. "Yay, finally!" He turned to SpongeBob. "All right, go get the formula." "All right, Plankton," his teammate answered. SpongeBob ran toward the safe. Past SpongeBob couldn't believe what he was seeing. "Oh my gosh, what have I become?" he asked. Stay tuned for Chapter 17, coming up soon.